Well, Jasper, thanks for coming in. All right, I just want to get this out of the way because I have friends who say, how can I make use of my SkillsFuture credit? Maybe this is something trendy. Maybe like, for example, AI, machine learning. All this like, oh, maybe we should go and learn coding. So recently I attended a module, and this module actually share a little bit about SkillsFuture, actually skills framework. So I thought I want to really get out of the way because it's still fresh to me, and I really want to share what I know so more people can benefit from it. So let's just get down to business, because after this is the live stream is finished, it will be uploaded, and hopefully this can help some of my friends, or even friends' friend, or somebody really wants to upskill themselves so that it helps in their career progression. So you can actually see the bottom rolling some kind of like you call it like a ticker roll. It's today's topic, and it's only for Singaporean. Okay, so you were Jasper saying that you are from the School of Computing. I do coding. Wow, impressive. Congrats, by the way, Jasper. Your film went to nominate 2 nominations at the Golden Horse, right? But today is not really like chit-chatting with you guys it's just really me sharing what I know about how you guys can upskill using your SkillsFuture credit. Again, disclaimer, I'm not an expert, and also I do not speak for the official. I'm again here just to share what I know. Alright, so let's see. First, let me just share something I did up, and it's also part of my module. Okay, so let me go on full screen. So basically I did this up just for my intern as well, using the knowledge I know about the skills framework. So this is for my intern, maybe for a post-production career. So next, so how can you benefit from the skills frameworks? So I think, for interns, right, especially like, let's say they are post-production assistants, it will help them to be employment ready after they graduate, and also to gain insights into their ideal job, because they might not have a clear career pathway. So it's good that, you use the skills framework to show them, hey, you can start from here and then you can progress to the next stage of your career. But you need time to build up your skill set so that you can actually reach your end goal. And of course, how can you actually put all this into an action plan? If not, everyone just waiting. Okay, I want to do this, but I just sit and wait. I work and work and work. Maybe I work for 5 years, and it's like, okay, maybe it's time for me to career switch. Maybe it's time for me to step up to another management role. Things like that. So today's topic is not just on the film industry, not just for the design and the media industry. I think it's across every industry. And something that I'm really impressed is that actually Singapore created this framework, and I think some people are not aware that actually we can actually make use of this framework, which I'm going to share later, how you guys can actually access this website, and it's actually for the public to use. So these are just some benefits. Of course, there's more benefits how you can benefit by adopting the skills framework. I'm not sure if my sound is okay, not sure if the music's too loud, but I guess should be okay. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So I think this is, you can actually access the sector information. Of course, this is done by research. So this one is actually applying to the media industry. So this is one of the screenshots from the PDF, which again, I will show you all how to access all these materials. So they are showing you like, a graph, a patterns, some emerging trends as well. So here, we can see that, by 2020, there's this potential increment of like professional into this media industry. So this is a good gauge whether is this industry too competitive? Is this industry still like a growing industry that maybe it's time for you to get into this industry kind of thing. So here we can based on the statistic, actually it's quite dated, 2017, about 20,000 of media professionals across the whole economy of 2017. So 34% of them are from media sector, and 66% are in the non-media sector. So thanks, Benedict. So this is a good way to just give you a sense how the industry feels like. Okay, now next, of course, within the PDF, you can actually assess what are some trends, what are the emerging trends. So here you can actually see from the media industry, these are something that it's the future, and people should actually equip themselves with the right skill set. For example, I kind of highlighted here from the post-production perspective, immersive design, narrative design, 360 camera operations, immersive video editing. When I say immersive, we're talking about VR, AR. So all these are the future. We know as it's coming. I know maybe other parts of the world it's more popular, but I think VR is something that we can't really underestimate it. Can't really ignore it. It will be there. AR will be there. With the slowly we'll actually have 5G. 5G can create a lot of convenience. And the speeds, it's going to be crazy. You can actually remotely control things. So it's going to happen soon. So for creatives, for us as professionals, how do we equip ourselves so that we are ready for the future? So again, I won't read into the text. I'll talk about AR, I'll talk about VR. Okay. So in order to go into this media industry, what are some desired attributes? All these are in the PDF, right? So do you have a very analytical mindset? Can you actually communicate yourself, articulate your visions, your ideas? Are you creative to find solutions? Are you decisive with making decisions? And are you resourceful? Lastly, can you work within teams? Can you do teamwork is important, right? Film, media. So, I should mute myself here. Let's see. Should I mute this? Okay, let me just mute. Okay. So of course, next step. If you are new into the industry, these are the things that some mind maps for you to think about. You should understand the career path. Next, whether you are competent in particular skill set so that you can actually be hired. If you are already an experienced professional, that's when you should plan. Is it going to be a vertical or is it going to be a horizontal career plan, which I'm going to show you in the next career pathway, and identifying what are the skills gap that you have in order for you to progress to the next step. So all these are real fact check about yourself. And of course, if you're lacking of a particular skills, how do you actually then brush it up? How do you then actually close up the gap? So which is bring us to the training programs, right? So a lot of people is like, maybe this course is trendy. I want to use my SkillsFuture credit to just learn something, but it might not really affect or impact or even help in your career. So today I'm actually sharing how you can pick the right training that will help in your career progression. So again, like I said, this deck, I did it for my intern. So today I'm actually going to share with her so that she's aware what are some of these career path for her, because she's still an intern. She's going to graduate. So this is for new entrant, but this is also very applicable for, how should I put it, experienced professionals. So here we can see there's actually 10 tracks and encompass about 112 job roles. Of course, these are not really updated. From what I know, right, this is actually not as accurate, but it's actually still a good, reference. Okay, so we have game productions, game design, and we have quality assurance, we have content productions and management, visuals and graphics, those production technical stuff like your tech crew, and of course the post-production segment where there's media technology and also media business management. So here we're actually looking at the content post-production. Okay, so next, so now we go deep into this. So if you're someone starting into the post-production area and expertise, this is when you look at what are your existing skill set and competency. So here we look at the yellow one. Look at the bottom screen. Color grading is important, but if you look at it, there's actually levels. So I think there's a higher level. If I'm not wrong, it's oh dear, I forgot. Oh, machine, I forgot because it sometimes has passed. I think it's level 6 or level 7. I forgot. Let me get back. I think it's level 6. Level 6 is the highest, and that's for the technical skills. So technical skills you can brush up, right? So color grading is one, production operations, video editing. So which level are you in? Later we will dive deeper in that. And of course, what are some of the generic skill set? So in the past it's called GSC, now they rename it under CCS. So it's a critical core skills. So these are creative thinking. Do you have problem solving skills? Are you digital literacy, communications and teamwork? So there's 3 basic levels. Okay, first is the basic level. Second, it's the intermediate, and lastly, it's the advanced. Okay, so how do you actually step up to become a professional video editor? That is when we look into the the bottom, not bottom, the top half of the frame of the screen. So for video editor in green, right? So from color grading, you need to be at level 3. Okay, immersive video editing, media file format conformations, procurement for production operations, and video editing. So it's different level from your post-production assistants. And I believe that a lot of people who consider themselves as video editors actually lacks of a lot of all these technical skill set. So of course, these are like a good gauge. This is not like, oh, I must have this to consider myself as a video editor. It's not. So it's just to make yourself more competitive, make yourself, how to say, more employable maybe. So of course, what are the some CCS, critical core skills that you should have. So again, creative thinking. So to become a video editor, you actually need to be creative when you edit, right? You need to know storytelling, you need to know basic track structure, how to tell a story when you edit. It's not just operating, right? So of course, there's the other things. So actually I put stars. This is, for my intern. So what are some goals she needs to actually try to accomplish so that she can slowly move her way up to become a professional. So moving on. So this is what we call like a technical skills and competency kind of chart. So it's all in the PDF that later second half, I will share how you can all assess this for different industry. Okay. I want to move really quick because really this is me getting out of the way, because while it's still fresh for me, because I just attended like a 6 hours module about skills framework. So again, we are going into, what are the job roles for a post-production assistant. So again, it's available in those materials and resources. So here it says, a post-production assistant should support the operation aspect, the post-production phase, etc., etc. So if you're not sure what are different roles for different job scope, this is a good place where you can assess, okay, this is what's required of me if I want to work in this particular job. Yeah. So that is post-production assistant, and of course, these are again a good skills map for you to know. So what are the key tasks, right? So of course, there are critical work functions, which is on the left, and what the small, how should I put it, specific tasks that you are to accomplish or to deliver in your daily work. So for example, under the critical work functions, we categorize under the execute post-production operations that include coordinating and communicating between meetings for post-production, manage the vendor's operations, perform basic maintenance in terms of repairing the systems, the equipment and the tools, set up the editing system, deliver and retrieve post-production equipments and media files, etc., etc., etc. Right? So get access to the raw edited files, create daily logs. So this is what's required of a post-production assistant. So a lot of times some people go into a job, maybe they're waiting for their supervisor or maybe their senior to tell them, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Actually, all these are all available. Okay. So again, we look at the video editor, what's their role. So you can actually make a good comparison to know, hey, actually what video editor does or do. Again, skills map. Okay. So again, the plan to post-production, what are the key tasks. So I'll skip this part. Of course, perform color grading, etc., etc. And you might be asking, hey, this is not very accurate. How can a video editor do everything? Shouldn't color grading be for online editor where colorists are the one doing it? But again, like I said, this is a good guide, because to make yourself competitive, to be employable, you have to at least know a little bit of color grading. Sometimes smaller jobs, maybe they don't have the budget to hire a senior colorist, to do color grading. So it's getting very challenging, especially in this pandemic. And of course, it's just good to know more stuff, right? So these are just some of the skills map. Again, I wouldn't say these are extremely accurate, but very good guide and reference. Now, then you have, remember I talked about the levels, 6 levels, right? So let's say if you're at the video editing at level 2. So if you're a post-production assistant, you're level 2. So here you can actually see, okay, oh, do I know how to name my files? Do I know how to, the formats? Is it compatible for different editing software? How do I convert it? So all these are your existing maybe knowledge. If you have all this, okay, I'm at level 2. Hey, actually I know all this in level 3. So you know where you stand. Are you a level 3 video editing skill set, or a level 4 or level 2? So this is actually very good to know where you stand. So then at least you know, okay, I need to be at level 3 now. How do I work towards to become a level 3 video editor? In terms of video editing skills lah. So this is only on video editing skills. So again, do I know how to transcode? If you know, then you're level 2. You're more than that, is level 3. Okay, so this next, this is the, remember I talked about CCS, which is the critical core skill. So this critical core skills, right, something like, creative thinking, problem solving. So I picked problem solving because I believe problem solving is so important, right? If you can't solve problem, I think that's going to be a big issue because I think employer employ you to solve their problems and not hire you, and then you have a lot of problems and they have to come to you and say, hey, let me just help to solve it for you. Then what's the point of hiring you, right? So I think problem solving skills is one of the very key important critical skill set. Okay, so it's under critical core skills, CCS. So are you in the basic level, or are you in the intermediate? So here again, very good gauge for you to know where you stand. Okay, do you question techniques? Do you have types of corrective actions? So I think this is so important. Then after you know and aware what are the things you're lacking in terms of the competency, in terms of the technical skills you're lacking in. So that's when you say, okay, I need to work on these particular things I'm lacking in. So how can I get the right training so that I can improve myself to close the gap? So here we pick on video editing, right? So there's this trick here, and I want to later tell you where to access all this. So most of the trainings and diplomas and even professional certs out there, it's actually too long. So you are a professional, you want to put bread on the table. You can't be like, okay, I'm just going to commit a year, I'm going to study. So if you don't want something that is too long, there are actually a lot of short courses. They can actually help you shorten the duration and actually help you achieve all this technical skill set that you're lacking in. So there's a trick to this. So later I'll show you how to do that. Okay, for example, putting the apostrophe. Yep. So the top right hand corner, as you can see, I put like a cross here. So these are some of the recommended courses to take from the SkillsFuture platform. But those, again, like I mentioned, these are like diplomas. Diplomas is going to take you 2 years, 3 years. It's too long before you can actually make a living and earning, right? So next is actually training program. So this is a case study, right? So I go to video editing. So I want to be at level 3. Right now I'm level 2. So you go into different this kind of resources. So something I realized and I found a hack. So on this website later I will tell you where to go to. Okay, please be patient. Let's say this is a very short online course using Udemy. So you can find it. Hey, the full course is actually $95. So later I'll show you the different fees. One which is a flat fee and a full fee. So the flat fee, I think it's where you can actually offset, and there's subsidies if you're Singaporeans using your SkillsFuture credits. So then here you want to look out for the durations as well. But you know what? Because I knew about Udemy, right? Udemy is not, it's actually a private online platform where you can learn courses. So I actually copy paste the title of this training, and I tried to Google and find it. And to my surprise, I actually found the exact same course. So actually, it's good to do more research lah. So although on the SkillsFuture platform, it's selling at $95, but if you go direct to them, you can actually get it for like $26. That's like so much cheaper. So you have to be really smart in terms of how you're going to go for your training. But I think if you go direct, you can't actually use your SkillsFuture credits. So that's the downside. Okay, but it's extremely cheaper. So this is one way to get your trainings. So now, remember I talked about critical core skills, about problem solving, creative thinking, teamwork, etc. So again, there are training courses that actually help you gain those knowledge. So again, this is what I found. the net fee and the full fee. Net fee is the one that's been subsidized, and you can use your skillsfuture credits. So this is what I found to help in the problem solving from beginner level to the intermediate level. So of course you're gonna have like a action plan. So what I plan for my intern is this, first week, just to test out what she's good in and maybe help to assess her and say, hey, this is what you're lacking in, and how can you actually progress to upgrade yourself, upskill yourself, so that you can potentially become a post-production assistant. And maybe in the next 1 year, if you work hard enough to train yourself, you can be a video editor. So when you actually go for employment interview, you are ready with portfolios and all the skill sets that an employer is looking for. Okay, so if not, it's going to be very competitive. The market is growing. How do you actually have a competitive edge? So of course, this is what I plan for her. So action plan is so important, right? So later I'll talk about the HR documents. Very useful if you are coming from the employer standpoint. Anyone who has a company, it's like, okay, actually there's so many things for HR that is already prepared and done up for us. So how do you assess these individual employees, how competent they are, and how do you actually keep track, in terms of their progression? So of course there's job descriptions. If let's say you are going to hire, right, you're going to put up a job description hire, be it on LinkedIn or even on Facebook, or even like some hiring platforms like your job streets, etc. So these are very good, free, totally free, that you can actually copy and paste. Okay, I'm looking for editor, this is what I need. You need to be able to deliver and execute this kind of key tasks. So again, these are all available, which I'm going to share, okay, in the documents. So again, the HR documents, you're on job training, and how do you mark their progression. So very again useful documents. Again here, the video editing part, how are they progressing, etc. Again here, do they make the expectations? Are they constantly meeting the expectations? Are they needing the kind of improvements? Okay, so some of the misconception about the skills framework. So I actually list out a few. First, I think a lot of people might misunderstood and have this misconception of, hey, I'm going to learn all this, right? Raise it, all this. And okay, I'm going to ask for a salary raise. So it's not going to happen, or maybe a promotion. Again, this is to make yourself more competitive, but this is some of the misconception. Second, for the skills frameworks, right, they're not meant to be like a golden thing to follow. They are just guide. So it shouldn't be used as an enforcement, okay? And say, okay, employer, make sure that employees must have this. Okay, it's not. It's a guide. And thirdly, I think the competencies for the skills and abilities are determined by the employers. Some employers might be sufficient for them, might not be sufficient for some. So it's not like everyone has to follow this particular set of competency in terms of the skills. Okay. And lastly, the wage range, if you look at the PDF later, I'm going to show you. Oh wow, can earn 5 digit for this particular job. It's not true. If you go to on the ground market, you realize it's actually not true. So again, it's only for reference. Okay, so this is that deck I did up, and right now, okay, I'm actually going to show you guys how to access all these documents. Okay, real quick, how long am I in the stream now? I'm not sure, but anyway, I just want to quickly finish it. So I'm going to show you the web. Okay, so this is the website you all should go to. I don't know how to type it on my OBS, but it's skillsfuture.sg/skills-framework. So once you are in the URL, okay, you see this. What is it? What is it for? Who can benefit from it? Please read it. And there's like all videos for you to digest. So these videos are well done so that you can actually understand why people actually need to adopt the skills framework, how you can benefit as an employee, a potential job hunter, and even employers as well. Okay, so all this you can watch it, but let me just go down to the more important things that the previous deck that I have shown you guys. So I want you to scroll all the way down. This is the place. Okay, sectors. Remember the first slide I showed you all the sectors. So imagine which sector you belongs to. Okay, for example, let's say the media, right? Remember just now I showed you all this. So if let's say you are in the human resource, you click on the human resource. If you're in the accountancy, if you're in the healthcare, you are in the retail, you can go to those. So it really depends which industry you belong to. So for the sake of maybe a new example, or maybe just media, so that you know it's close, and when you scroll back to the video to what I talked about in the first half, you can connect the dots. So first media. So I go to media. So once you hit the media, right, it will be under like, the URL will be /media, right? So you scroll down, who is it for, what is it for? So it goes into 5 stages. So the first stage, right, it's the first step I would say, is to knowing your sector. So here, can you see the information, sector information? And click here to download. So I'm going to click and download. Okay, it's downloaded into my download files. So let me share with you what's been downloaded. Okay, so see, this is the one that I downloaded. Okay, double click, I'm going to show it to you guys. So there's going to be a PDF, and you're going to look down the entire so-called like a whole brochure lah. It consists about, let's look, 161 pages. Okay, so everything is there in terms of every 10 tracks, 100 plus job roles. So as you scroll down, okay, so about the skills framework, they tell you a little bit about it again, like a recap, media landscape. So here they talk about Crazy Rich Asians was shot in Singapore, etc., right? So at least give you an idea. Hey, Singapore actually maybe foreign giant companies are coming here to station ourselves. So maybe there's a potential of that growth, right? So this is the one that I screenshot, remember? So, is there like a increase in terms of employment? How many people are in this industry, etc., etc. So this is the one that I show you guys in the deck. So next, the trend. So you need to equip yourself to be future ready. So what are some trends you need to be aware of that is happening, maybe quickly in the next 1 or 2 years. Okay, although, we are consuming VR, some of us, but, is it coming to our region or not? So these are the things to know. Okay, so different industry have a different emerging trends. So we need to understand all this. If not, we are always slower than the rest. You need to know what's going to happen soon, and not like wait till when it happened and then you start to learn and to close up the gap. You're always, many steps behind those who already know about this. If you are well read, you know about the emerging trends, then it's good for you. But if not, I think, these documents can help you. So what are some attributes, you need to possess to actually maybe, survive in this industry? Okay. So future, okay, so now I want to scroll down a little bit more to show you. See, this is all the part that I've screenshot for you guys. So you can find it, okay? So now they break it down into different sectors. Game productions, so it's in different color codes lah. If you go to the main content agenda, right? Sorry, see, different color codes. Game in yellow, green for the content productions, etc., etc. So here I want to go down to some of it. So remember I talked about the post-production, which is the pink one. So 105 page, right? 105. So I go down all the way 105. Okay, the pink one, content post-production, the one that I showed. So you can be a sound editor, engineer, a supervising sound editor, it could be a sound designer, sound recordist, sound mixer, etc. So we want to focus on video editing because this is the one that I use as example, correct? Remember? So that is what, page 110. So we go to 110. Here we go. No, is this a 110? Yeah, 110. So here, video editor, remember? Yep, I think above that it's your post-production assistant. So the job roles are there, and what are the technical skills and competency? Okay, color grading, level 2. Video editing, level 2. The CCS, the critical core skills. So this is not changed, it's still under the old name, GSC, which is generic skills and competency. So these are all just basics if you are just going to work as a post-production assistant. So if you want to really become a video editor, this is what you need to have, which is you must have at least level 3 in terms of color grading, etc., etc. Level 3 in video editing, you need to have an advanced level in terms of creative thinking. So all these are there, okay? The one that I showed you in the slides. So please, if you are in different roles, you can consider this. Okay. So of course, the bottom one are the ones that I want to show you the misconception. So of course, let me show you the wages lah. Suddenly it's so small. Let me just try to go bigger. So don't be surprised, don't be alarmed and say, how come I'm not being paid this amount? Because again, these are not accurate, you see. So wow, a lead technical artist, they paid 15K, maybe. Okay, so of course, 25 percentile are like, again, this is actually a guide and a range. Okay, so at least you know if you are going to maybe interview, what is your asking wage? How much is the employer offering you? Is this reasonable? But again, I think this is on the high side. On the ground, it's not that high. Okay, so this is the part I want to focus more on a little bit. Okay, let me just extend it slightly bigger so everyone can see. Okay, remember I talked about the career pathway. This is so important. So imagine if, let's say, you are an experienced professional and you are thinking, okay, can I maybe move towards a different direction? I don't want just to be a video editor. I don't want just to be a content creator. I don't want to become something else. So is there ways? So let's say recently I'm going to advise my friend from Sound Post, right? So he's a fantastic, very talented sound mixer and sound designer, right? So I say, hey, maybe you should explore different markets. How about exploring the game markets? Because game, you need sound design as well, right? So how do you actually, have the important skills that the game industries are looking for? So that's when you rely on this framework, which is like a good guidebook, like a cheat book, I would say. So if I zoom in, right? Okay. So here it's like 10 tracks, 112 jobs. So you see, under the game segment, they actually show you, okay, how you climb up. Take for example, I'm just gonna pick here like a junior programmer. So junior programmer can climb up to be a senior game programmer. So you can go sideways, okay? You can also go all the way up. So it really depends what is some of the progression. So this is what I call career progression and advancement. And again, I think they're updating this one because I think this is not extremely accurate. Yes, we can agree from assistant director, you can go out to be a film director, and from there, maybe you can go into producer and things like that. So now I want to go to the post-production that I've been talking about, just as an example. So again, let me remind everyone, this is not just for the media industry. This is across different industry, be it retail, accountancy, HR, multiple, okay? If you go back to some of the time code that I've shared later, like previously, okay? Oh, there's a caption thing. Anyway, so here you see, if you are a post-production assistant, the way to go up is to become a video editor and then to become a post-production supervisor. So again, like I said, it's not updated. So if you're a sound editor, engineer, later you can be supervising, etc., etc. Okay? So this is important if it's a good guide. So this is the career pathway. Now, that's only the first document, right? Let's go back, okay, to the website. Again, I will remind everyone what's the website link. It's skillsfuture.sg/skills-framework and click on the industry that you are in or you are interested in. So remember the first one, the sector information. So that's a lot for you to digest, just to get a sense, what are some direction to progress my career, and also some sector information, emerging trends, etc., etc. And then career pathway. So career pathway, okay, you can download it. If not, it's actually in that whole stack of PDF. So here, second one, the career pathway, which I already explained just now. So if not, you can again download it. It's under a PDF, so I'm clicking on it, the PDF here. You can download it. So let's have a look. So, oops, this is the same one. This is the career pathway. So this is the one that I showed you earlier. Okay. So now let's go back. After the second career pathway, we are looking at the skills map. Remember the skills map? What are the skills that I need? What are the skills that I lack? So here, if you know exactly which industry you want to dabble into or to adventure into, you drop down. So here, if you want to go to game production, you drop down to game production. Okay, if here you want to be a visual graphics, so it's like I want to be a 2D artist, I want to be an animator, so just download the PDF or the Word documents. They will tell you what are the skills you need to become one. Okay, so I want, for the sake of this demo, I'm going to go to content post-production again under the video editor, right? So this PDF, I'm going to download it. Let me just highlight so that everyone can see. This is the one. So, you know, download the PDF. So it's been downloaded. Let's have a look. So this is the one that's been just downloaded. So here, so tell you, you know, again, a quick recap. What's the job role description? If you want to become a video editor. This is not post-production assistant, video editor. So you see the key tasks, again, critical work functions, macro to micro, okay? So okay, I need to specialize in color grading, etc. So, you know, what are some critical core skills I need? It's all there. Okay, although it's all in your that first sector information, the full deck PDF. Well, sometimes it can be too overwhelming because there's just so many information. So this is like, maybe you can just, you know, simplify just like the particular role you want. Okay, so I think I'm having a too long stream here. I want to quickly end this off, which is the fourth part. Let me finish, and there's 5 in total. So skills and competency. Okay, so do I have the right skill? Where do I stand? I think I'm level 3, but actually when looking at this, oh, I'm actually a level 2. So here, competency. So you need to know 2. One is technical skill, one is a critical core skill. So you can go down, let's say content post-production. Okay, am I good in color grading? Am I good in video editing? So I'm going to, like here, I'm going to click on the video editing. Click on the video editing. Okay? So again, the critical skills one, I will share another link. That one is when you have to go back here, okay, on top, this one, critical skills. So then you can click here. Okay, I'm going to click here as well. So then we'll show you this page. Okay, let me go back. So it will show you this page. So then, of course, you can download the critical core skills PDF. Okay, so let's say, can I think critically? Do I have critical creative thinking, decision making, problem solving? How about interacting with others? Because different industry, like if you're in sales or whatever, you know, you need different communication skills. Okay, staying relevant. Can I adapt? Do I know this and that? Learning ability. So there's different kind of critical core skills. Okay, my music ended. Let me just play again. Okay, so okay, you get it, Let me just go back to this part when I just downloaded the 2 files, right? One is the what do you call that? The skills competency. So I downloaded the video editing one, right? Yeah, here we go. Let me share. Okay, so am I in level 2, level 3, or level 4? The one that I showed you guys, right? So this is where you stand. So this is the document for you to check your current competency. So you get it. How about the critical skills? So I go to critical skills website. Okay, let's say I see, okay, am I good in problem solving skills? I'll download the PDF. Okay, let's have a look at the problem solving skills. Okay, am I under the basic or am I an intermediate one? So here it tells you. So let's say, what's the advanced? Let's quickly look at the advanced. Define the objective of the organization's problem, processes in line with organization's vision, objectives and operating climate. Oh, maybe I don't have, you know. Can I risk manage strategy? So I don't have all this. So I'm not under the advanced. So these are something for you to look into in terms of your critical core skills. So me talking so much, you know, about skills and skill set and, you know, competency level, and also different kind of pathway you can embark to. Lastly, let's come back to the website. Okay, the HR portion. So let me just close this. Where's... Sorry, my bad. Oh no, because I'm at critical core skills. So you have to go to the framework one. Yep. So I was lost there. Okay, so so now that you know what you're lacking, next is the training. And I think the whole idea about this video Okay, this live stream, because I'm so tired of like recording a video and edit it. I just want to get it out of the way while it's still fresh to me so that I can share what I know. Now you know you need to work on a particular skill set that you don't have or you're lacking. So this is the time where you look into the media training. Okay, this is the interesting part. Okay, this is like the one of the golden nuggets. Okay, so here, as you can see on the website, what are the skills, what are the training programs for the particular skills. So let's say you want to go to content post-production. So you press on the PDF. So this is the one that they tell you all the diplomas. Okay, let me show you the PDF. So they tell you, okay, you can go to NTU, you can go to Ngee-Ann, you can go to Singapore Poly, you know, to enroll into these diploma courses. But come on, it's like 3 years, 2 years, you know, worse, some is like 4 years, you know. Even like, you know, IT, in higher NITEC, in motion graphics, visual effects, video production, video editing. But you don't have that time, right? So here, this is something I'm going to share. Of course, it's my mentor, my trainers and lecturers who shared it to me, okay, several weeks ago. So here, I want to take you guys back to the browser. If you don't have the time, like 2 to 3 years, what is the shortest you can to actually close those gaps and to learn the important skills, the technical skills? So, we want to go to this website, okay? So let me just share the URL verbally. Okay, so it's my skillsfuture.sg / okay, I'm just gonna highlight it here, content / portal. Okay, but if you want to insert like en/index.html, it's also fine. So now, okay, what you want to do is I want you to scroll down under this. You can see this course thing. You want to view more, okay? View more. Once you click on view more, you arrive on this page. Of course, I don't want to share this long URL, so I'm going to tell you how to come to here. So here, you know, is under SG United Skills. I'm not sure if some of you know or are aware of the SG United, where you get training allowance if you're unemployed. I think 1,200. You know, of course, please check out the details. But again, I do not speak for the official. I'm here to share what I know so people benefit. People are being retrenched. How do they actually upskill themselves, etc., etc., so that they get more competitive. So here, you remember I talked about a trick here. So again, this trick was taught by my teacher, which is Linda. So you do have to put like an apostrophe. Is it called apostrophe? Hacked it. So here I want to like, okay, video editing, right? Because my video editing skill is from level 2. I want to go to level 3. So how do I do that? Editing. Then you want to close invert it as well. It's not apostrophe, I think it's close invert, right? Yep. So here, once you enter, right? Okay, let's just do with this. I'm gonna press enter. Look at the amount of courses. 43 courses. That's a very targeted and specified ones. But if I don't have the open inverted commas, let's have a search. From 43 to 938 courses. So are you going to like vet through like what 10 plus pages and try to find the one you like? So this helps you to narrow down your search. So please remember, you do want to put the open inverted commas. Okay, is it open inverted commas? Anyway. So here you have 43 good ones to select from. Okay, so you can, you know, okay, so this will show you the price range. So for most Singaporeans, you have a 500 SkillsFuture credit, and I think it's coming another 500. So on top of that, I think you guys have like $1,000. I already spent off my with this particular course I'm learning. All right, it's called ACLP. So, and of course, I have to top up more because it's more than $1,000. So I'm sharing things that I know and I learn from my course. So I hope that this video is going to be beneficial for people. You know, please share it if someone say, hey, I want to go and, you know, learn something trendy like coding. I want to learn something like, you know, AI, whatever, you know. But is it going to help you in your career? So here, video editing. So how about like, you know, problem solving? Okay, so I'll put problem solving. Enter. I have about, let's see, 407 courses. That's quite a lot still, because it's quite a vague description, right? So here they'll tell you which school they're offering, Is it Nanyang Polytechnic? Is it, you know, Singapore Polytechnic? You know, different schools, you know. So Singapore, like, you know, of course, you know, like SMA, like I conduct courses at Singapore Mid Academy. So let's say if I go and say, you know, maybe smartphone. Digital marketing is so hot, right? But of course, I do not teach digital marketing. Smartphone video. Let's say, I don't know. That's one. Okay, it's like SPH. So maybe it's like, you know, content creation. Maybe it's making online content. I think that's what it's been marketed. Making online content. Oh, there's two. So one's from Media Academy. So like the full cost here is 30,000+. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see. So it's about 30,000+. Okay, but you know, you can use your skills future credits. It's about 900+. So you can go inside, because it's not just on creating content. It's also like, you know, social media marketing. So it's quite a lot. If you know, you can read up here. You learn how to media buy, you learn how to copyright, you learn how to make website, you learn a lot of things. Do videos, edit videos, etc. etc. Okay. So my last portion, okay, you know, I talk about this is for employers. So for those employees, you can now leave the live stream. You can stop playing the video. Okay. Oh, there's someone saying SGUS by SMA will help me get a job. Okay, that's the misconception. Please go back to the beginning of my video. Okay, that's when I talk. There's a lot of misconception. So a lot of people just assume, okay, government's going to help me do this if I get this. No, it's not like that. Okay, because ultimately it's the employer's decision whether are you the right fit. You know, are you going to help the company grow? Are you going to help company make more revenue by hiring you, etc., etc. So now I want to go back to the website. You know, the skillsfuture.sg/skills-framework. And of course, which industry you're in. So mine is the media. So this is for employers. Again, employers. So this is your HR documents. So you can, you know, I want the interview checklist, I want the job advertisement, I want the on-job training blueprints, I want the performance appraisal. It's all there for you. So you want to pick, you cannot download, if you download everything, there's a lot. But let's say if you know you are going to maybe nurture a particular employee. Take for example, the post-production assistant. Click on it. Okay, and then you scroll all the way down and you click here. Okay, click here, download. Let's see what it entails. I'm gonna press download, and it's downloading it in a zip file. Okay, let's go to my full screen share. So this is the one. It's a zip file. Okay, I double click a zip file and unzipped it. Okay, unpacked everything, entire. Done. So this is the unpack zip file. So it gives you 4 documents. So these 4 documents are the one that I've shown you previously at the beginning of the live stream. Okay, so let's also open one. So this is the one. Oh, yeah, time to update. Oh, I don't have a license. Okay, not in this computer. This is like my video editing machine. But you get it, you know. I can go back to my slide here. I go full screen. So again, HR documents, right? Nope, I passed it. So these are the HR documents. It's almost exactly the same. So I did a screenshot. Okay, so yep, you know, the HR documents. This is a job description if you are doing a job advertisement, and then on job training and also appraisal. Okay, and also please, this is the one, you know. Someone is texting there about can SMA or can any academy or whatever that's participating with the SGUS help you find a job. So these are some misconceptions about the skills framework. So I hope this video is helpful. Please share it with your friend if they have the patience to watch through. If not, you can always tell them after you have maybe watched this or understand. You don't have to be an expert and you don't have to follow strictly to the frameworks, but at least it gives you a good gauge to know your competency, skills level, and how can you equip yourself with the right skill set. You know, hence it comes down to the purpose of this video. Don't just go to any training and just like, okay, I want to go something that is trendy, like AI. Is it going to help you in your career? If not, then if it's for passion like baking and things like that, go ahead, no one's stopping you. But if you're thinking, I want to keep myself maybe more secure, although I still have my job now, but in time to come, maybe I might be replaced with someone else that's, more capable, with more skill set than me. So I think it's definitely relevant in today's time. Yeah, and I think Singapore government is great by, giving us all this money to actually upskill ourselves and train ourselves. I don't think you get that in different other countries though. So again, not here. I do not speak for any official, here to help because I have friends who have been retrenched. I have friends who are looking to see what kind of, trainings they can upskill themselves. So please, okay? And that's it for now. It's been a while I come back on live stream. So today I'm trying the new restream. I hope it's in my YouTube so that, when people Google SEO, they can find the YouTube video. And I hope this, I'm looking at my Facebook stream now, it's happening. So thank you so much. Don't everyone call me Sifu, can not? So I have some students, coming in just to show some support. But again, this video is not, there's no agenda behind this video. The video is to help anyone who wants to upskill themselves, do not know how to make good use of your SkillsFuture credits. So this is the framework. Again, let me repeat, very low-so. It's not only for the media industry. Go back to some point of my video, I did mention it's across different industry, such as retail, blah 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 blah. Okay, let me just flash that part so that people don't get confused by it. So, like what you're talking about, it really can be like for every industry. Please have a look here. Okay, let me just scroll a little bit. Can you see? Yep. So I think like properties, I think is coming soon. Okay. Because some of my students, my workshops, there's a lot of learners are from tourism, so there's a tourism one there as well. Please, pick the industry you're in and you're interested, or maybe you want to have a career switch. What does it take for you to be employable? No such thing as I go for training, I'm going to be employed for sure. No such thing, okay? All the best. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm going to end the stream now. How can I end the stream?